The first feeling which we had experienced after birth. Do you know what is it? It is love, feelings of affection. Love is the only thing in the world that is most sacred. And today's story is about the most sanctified representation of that love. At the beginning of the story, middle-aged Henry is shown. He is a wildlife nature photographer, a wanderer. Many people, including myself, aspire to be like that, but Henry made that feasible. He also teaches photography to many students. A student named Julia, she is quite fond of Henry. At the end of the class, Henry asked everyone if any of them could drive. Julia answers, "Sir, I can." As Henry had said, in the middle of the night Julia arrives in front of his house. Her teacher will sleep, so she leans back the car seat. Julia loves her teacher so much. When Henry arrived and lay down in the seat, she fastens the seatbelt very slowly, so that Henry doesn't wake up. When Henry wakes up after a long time, Julia tells him, there is a problem on the highway, so they are going through another road. Henry tells her to lower the window glass. Now feel the scent of the fresh morning air. How do you feel the breeze in my village? Is this your village? Julia asked. Then Henry got very excited and started showing to Julia everything about his village. But seeing a river bridge puts an end to his excitement. But why? What recollections did he have on this bridge, which made him stunned? Then he comes in front of his school. When he introduced himself to the watchman is overjoyed to see him. Henry asked to the watchman, "Can I go to school and have a look around?" What a strange question, you ask. This is your school. You can go to school whenever you want. Hearing this, Henry went straight inside the school. He sits on a bench in his old classroom and stares at the blackboard. He then sits on a back bench, and he is looking at the bench he was sitting on earlier, and it appears as though he has lost all of his happiness to an unidentified melancholy. Then the watchman asks him about a classmate named Robert. Henry calls Robert and tells him to talk to the watchman. Watchman is also very happy to have these boys after all these years. Then Henry talks to Robert on the phone. After all these years came to school today, Henry is eager to meet all his old friends. He calls a girl named Olivia, who used to study with him, and Henry considered her as his sister. However, Olivia does not have the contact numbers of all their friends. Robert then tells their school friends have a WhatsApp group. As soon as Henry was added to the group, everyone started asking about Henry. Henry is very happy to talk to all his old friends after so long. However, his student Julia's mind gets a little upset, because even though she is with the man she loves, Henry is not with her, he is busy with his friends. While talking in WhatsApp group, they decide that they will all get together again in 2 months. Being preoccupied with daily tasks, almost forgetting about life, today these people have once again returned to their old childhood like free birds. Everyone is having great fun, but still Henry has not come. His sister Olivia is waiting for her brother with sweets. She does not see the one who has been away for a long time. Everyone is very happy to see Henry. They all have a lot of fun together. Olivia asked to Robert, "Has everyone arrived?" Robert says, "There are still 4 more to come. I have given the address here to 3 of them." Olivia asks, "Then who is number 4? Robert signals her to shut up, but Olivia doesn't understand why Robert is doing this. Seeing all this, Henry says, Who is left to come? Then Robert can't find any other way, he says, Amelia. For us, Amelia meant music, and for Amelia, music was her everything. Her parents named her Amelia after the famous singer. Now when I hear those songs on the radio, I think Amelia is not singing their songs, instead they are singing Amelia's songs. When I listen to these songs, Amelia's voice, her face, all appear to float before my eyes. Not only her music, I was fascinated to her, and she also knew this. I used to study with her since kindergarten. From then till today, I have listened to everything she has to say. If she needed anything, she wanted it only from me. She was the only reason for my 90% attendance in school. On the days when I was bored due to low marks or any other reason, even if no one else understood it, she would. She asked, "What happened?" Her one simple question made my whole day better. I can't explain that what Amelia is for me. One day, Amelia does not come to school. And because of this, Henry's heart became very upset. Not only that day, but also the next day Amelia does not come to school. Henry is not thinking about anything else. He asks Olivia, "Why didn't Amelia come?" Olivia says, "How would I know?" But she recognizes how much her brother aching in Amelia's absence. So she learns Amelia's home address from a student. At the end of school, Henry leaves with his sister for Amelia's house. Despite looking for Amelia's house throughout the afternoon, they return disappointed without finding it. Saturday and Sunday are school holidays. After not seeing Amelia for so long, he was not feeling well. Actually, the reason why he feels bad is that he does not know the reason why Amelia suddenly did not come to school. He is upset and thinks about Amelia. Somehow 2 days passed. Then Monday comes, maybe Henry can see Amelia today. He comes to school with high hopes. And then? Today, I saw Amelia after 4 days. She is still sick. Everyone goes to her and asks her how she is now, except me. If only I were the same as I was 5 days ago, then I would run to her and ask about her physical condition. But today, I seem to have stopped. I can't go to her. Despite my strong desire, I cannot face her and ask her, "Why have you not come to school for so long? Can you imagine the pain I've had from not seeing you for so long?" But for some unknown reason, I could not tell her anything. I didn't understand what it was. But as far as I understand, that's all I can say. This is my first love. I did not understand what was happening. A flood of happiness was flowing in my mind. My heart was jumping with happiness. Since then, I was never able to speak normally with Amelia. When she came in front of me, I felt very shy and restless. Unable to stay like this, I told Olivia about my feelings for Amelia. Since then, we used to talk only eye to eye. I thought maybe no one would know about this, but Jacob understands about us what is going on between two of us, and Robert also knew from Jacob. One day, at the end of the class, Amelia tells Henry, "You should not neglect your studies because of these thoughts. Study carefully. And do you want to tell me something?" Henry says no. The next day in the class, teacher asks Amelia to sing a song. Henry asks Amelia through Jacob to sing the song, "By the Banks of the River Yamuna." But Amelia willingly sings another song. Since then, Henry keeps making excuses every day to listen to that song from her. But yet Amelia does not sing that song. She sings other songs repeatedly. Today is Amelia's birthday. Seeing Henry, she says, "Take a chocolate." Henry tries to flee from there, but his friends catch him. Amelia says, "Take a chocolate." Henry takes a chocolate and says, "Thank you." Amelia says, "Thank you? Will you not be wishing me a very happy birthday?" Then Henry says with great difficulty, Happy birthday, Amelia." Amelia says, "Why are you so sweaty?" Olivia says, "My brother is a sportsman." But whenever she puts her hand on Henry's chest, she understands. Amelia asks, "What happened?" Olivia puts Amelia's hand on Henry's chest. Right then, Amelia did not understand anything, what she did. But Henry from class 10, I understood very clearly. Amelia is my entire world right now. Today is their final exam. Like Henry, Amelia's mind is also very upset today. Their schools will be closed for the next 2 months. They will not see each other for 2 months. I have to go now, Amelia says, and she leaves. Henry gets very upset. But again Amelia returns to that bridge. She sprinkles pen ink on Henry's clothes and says, "Don't forget me." Henry becomes very happy. Happy holidays. By saying these words, Amelia took leave of Henry on that bridge. Even today, hearing about Amelia's arrival, Henry hides away in shame, just like that Henry who studied in class 10. Only difference is that, today he does not have on that uniform. Amelia reaches here. Everyone is very happy to see her. Amelia now lives in Canada. After a long time, she became emotional after seeing her school's best friend. Olivia keeps talking to her a lot, but Amelia's eyes have been searching for a person since coming here. Seeing this, Jacob goes to call Henry on Olivia's behest. However, despite many attempts, Henry does not dare to come in front of Amelia. Jacob comes back and tells to Olivia about this. Then Amelia asks, "What happened?" Olivia says, "Henry has come." After 2 months of holidays, Amelia comes to school very happily, because she will meet Henry today after 2 months. But despite seeing everyone in the class, she doesn't see Henry anywhere. Amelia's heart ached from not seeing Henry. When the teacher was taking everyone's attendance, she did not call Henry's name. Robert tells the teacher that she forgot to call Henry's name. But the teacher said, Henry's name was not entered in this attendance register. Maybe he is in another section. But they found out that Henry is not in the other section either. Amelia is taken aback and rushes to the office, and from there they came to know that Henry left with his transfer certificate. None of them could understand why Henry did this. They ask Olivia about Henry, but Olivia says she just came from her uncle's house today. Amelia gets very upset. At end of the school, Jacob and Robert go straight to Henry's residence. But the door of his house is locked. They came to know from a neighbor that Henry's father had many debts, so they sold their house and moved to another city. When Amelia hears this, her heart shatters. She doesn't like anything anymore. The girl who loved music so much has now she stopped singing. Thus separated from Henry, she has become completely lifeless. She always spent her time thinking about Henry. Amelia goes to Henry. Like schools, Henry is standing by waiting for her. She calls Henry from behind. Henry looks back at her with much difficulty. "Henry, do you recognize me? I am Amelia. How are you?" Henry replies like that Henry of class 10, I am fine. Amelia asks, "What do you do now?" "I am a wildlife photographer." Amelia sees Henry in such discomfort, and, suddenly, today, even after all these years, Henry faints like in school life at Amelia's touch. Because of this, Olivia scolds him a lot, and she also says, Amelia has come from so far, she is married. Even she has a daughter, and you fainted without asking her about herself. Henry is shocked to hear that Amelia also has a daughter. Then, when he finds out that Amelia hasn't eaten yet, he leaves the table and walks away. Olivia asks everyone to get up from the table, and Amelia asks Olivia to leave too. On the other hand, Henry very nicely and carefully arranges food on a plate, and asks Amelia to eat. Amelia took that plate and started eating. Henry wants to see Amelia in peace, but due to an unknown constraint, he cannot see Amelia in peacefully. Olivia and Robert are very scared to see Henry and Amelia in this condition, because their romance again started from the same place where they left off their relationship. Meanwhile, after eating half of food, Amelia gives the plate to Henry and says, "You two have not eaten anything till now. Finish it." And Henry? From the plate of his beloved, he is eating those foods with great satisfaction. Seeing them, Olivia says to Robert, "Won't something start between them again?" Robert says, "I am not thinking that. I am thinking if something happens between them, and if Amelia's husband finds out about this, and if he also finds out that you and me, we both arranged this get-together party, then no one can save us." Then Robert asks Amelia to come on stage to say something. Amelia says, "I am very happy. I always thought, maybe everyone here has changed. But today I found out that nothing has changed. Only our blue-white uniform has changed." Jacob asks Amelia to sing a song, and on this occasion, Henry still asks Robert to ask Amelia to sing that song, By the Banks of the River Yamuna. But unfortunate Henry, even today, does not hear that song from Amelia. And their reunion ceremony ends here. Then, Robert, Jacob, Olivia, Amelia and Henry, these five come to a coffee shop. Amelia will leave for Canada tomorrow morning. Hearing this, Olivia asks her to stay for a few days. Amelia says, "I was thinking the same when I came here, but I left my daughter alone, so I must go back." She shows her daughter's picture to everyone, and Henry was trying hard to see the picture, but no one was giving him a chance to see that picture. And that's why Amelia gives her phone to Henry again. Henry kept looking at Amelia's daughter's picture for a while. Amelia's daughter looks just like childhood Amelia. Olivia then says to Henry, "This is why you should have got married at the right time, then you wouldn't have seen someone else's child like this." Amelia is completely shocked to hear this. Amelia asks him, "Henry, why didn't you get married?" Henry becomes very nervous, and he continued to says, Actually my dad is looking for a girl, for my marriage." Everyone was very surprised to hear this, so Robert sends Henry to the car and asks everyone to leave from there. Although, the reason is not clearly shown here, actually Henry's father is no longer alive. Henry is so nervous seeing Amelia, so that he even forgets about his dead father. Henry then goes to drop Amelia and Olivia. Robert told Olivia, Henry should drop Amelia first, because he did not like Henry's behavior at all. But Henry drops Olivia first, and then he left for Amelia's hotel with her. On the way, Amelia asked him, "Henry, why didn't you get married?" But Henry does not want to tell the reason for not marrying. Amelia says, "Please tell me. If you are not married because of me, then tell me that too. I need to know. Please tell me." Just then Henry says, "Amelia, we have reached your hotel." Amelia says, "Are you really going to drop me right now?" Henry says, "No, I will drop you at airport tomorrow morning, save my phone number." Saying this, he gives his phone number to Amelia. Then Amelia gets a little angry, and she gets down from the car and goes to the hotel. Amelia goes straight to her room disappointed. She came to the room and kept thinking only about Henry. She wondered if he should call Henry. She thinks about it a lot. But, finally she calls to Henry and says, "Henry, have you gone? Please tell me, have you gone too far? Where are you right now?" "I'm standing right there, right where you left me." Actually, even today, Henry stands there where he left Amelia. Even today he is not married, he has no family, and he loves no one else. Even today he loves Amelia as much as he did in year of 1994, when he was in class 10. But, Amelia is no longer there where she had left Henry. From there she took her life a long way. She has a family, she has a daughter, a husband, and now she has a beautiful family. But this re-meeting of them, what is going to bring in their lives? To know, keep watching Unique Storytellers. The next part is coming very soon. Subscribe and press the bell icon to get the video first. And friends, this is the first time I have tried to present a story like this. Let me know how you feel by commenting. See you again in the next video. Thank you all so much for taking your valuable time to watch the video. Thank you so much.